Hi, I'm Ladey, and I'm looking at Psalms in view of lockdown, in view of COVID, in view of where we are today. And I just draw so much comfort and knowledge from the Psalms. John Calvin has said that in the Psalms we look into the mirror and see ourselves. But it's not just ourselves we also see God. And Psalm 5 really shows us the character of God. And that to me is knowledge, because it's good to suddenly think the one that I love and who loves me, actually I can get to know him better. And the way of doing that is through parts of the Bible. And if I know him better, then can I make sense of life and what's happening here today in our world? I like to think that actually that gives me a better start. So Psalm 5 has 12 verses in it. So we're getting to the, a little bit longer as we go into the Psalms. And there's different sections which tells you different things. But I will read the Psalm now from the English Standard Version. And then I will talk about it a little bit more. Give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my groaning. Give attention to the sound of my cry, my King and my God. For to you I pray. O Lord, in the morning you hear my voice. In the morning I prepare a sacrifice for you and watch. For you are not a God who delights in wickedness. Evil may not dwell with you. The boastful shall not stand before your eyes. You hate all evil doers. You destroy all those who speak lies. The Lord abhors the bloodthirsty and deceitful man. But I, through the abundance of your steadfast love, will I enter your house. Lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness. Because of my enemies, make your way straight before me. For there is no truth in their mouths. Their inner self is destruction. Their throat is an open grave. Make them bear their guilt, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Because of the abundance of their transgressions, cast them out, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them ever sing for joy and spread your protection over them. For those who love your name may exult in you. For you bless the righteous, O Lord. You cover him with the favour as with a shield. It's been called morning prayer for protection. And in the Bible, it actually says that it was written for flutes, a song of David. So can you imagine flutes playing in the background, or the lightness of the flute as this song is sung to that tune? There's parts of this I really like. It starts off talking about hearing my voice in the morning, which kind of suggests that a night's gone before, and often in the night, that's when the terrors come. That's when you have thoughts which aren't good. But in the morning, you can see things in a new light. It's a new day. And it says, I prepare a sacrifice you and watch. When you're sacrificing for God, we're not talking about slaughtering animals and laying them on the altar and draining blood. We're not talking about that kind of sacrifice in today's society. But we might give other sacrifices in a way that means we are putting God first, before TV, before the mobile phone, before social media. God comes first. And that might be a sacrificing time. I like very much from verse 4 to, to 6. It tells about the character of God. It says quite simply, you are not a God who delights in wickedness. The boastful can't stand before you, and that you hate lies. Lies and pride are things God He just can't stand them because it's not part of him. It's so not part of him. So anybody who's prideful or tells lies, you know the devil is in them, because God is not. So where is it coming from? Note, he doesn't hate the person, but he hates what it is that they are doing and behaving. And if you think about it, pride comes before a fall is one of our proverbs. But pride, people who boost themselves in pride are usually taking credit for other people. They are often telling lies in themselves. They're believing those lies and thinking they are above other people. So that lies has a very strong line within pride as well. And lies are untruths. They're things which just are not correct. And people believe those lies. And the biggest lie, obviously, is that God is not real. We know that's a lie. And this book really makes that clear. But when we come to God, it's that we come to him. And I'm just thinking, I've just read it. Where's the bit which says that you come to hear him in fear? Because I love it when fear is mentioned in the Bible. Because when we go to God in fear, I will bow down towards your holy temple in the fear of you. The fear of you, the fear of God is reverence. It's love. It's, I can't wait just to say, God, you're here and I see you. Because it's not fear of quaking and backing away. It's fear of moving forward, going towards someone you know who loves you, just like you run to a parent who you know loves you. When they talk about the enemies, they're making it clear that they are people that God doesn't like what they're doing. He does not like their sin. He does not like their lies. And it says that's self-destructive. And it doesn't beat about the bush. The throat is an open grave. Imagine a grave laying there. It's bare of everything. It's not filled of anything but just soil. And if the throat is like that, and they flatter with their tongue, there's a lot about the use of the tongue. But again, they are guiling people, beguiling people in ways which for their own ends, not for the benefit of that person or anything for God. And at the end, we just know that when we use that safe place, a refuge with God, and we have to do that in today's, every day there's news. Yes, the vaccine is here and people are taking great hope in that. And also rates are coming down because of lockdown. And yes, we can rejoice in that. But we know so many people have lost their lives because of COVID. But in God, we can still sing for joy. We have to sing for joy and know that he's got his protection for us. And we can just exult in him. And then it ends saying that he will cover us with a shield. It's just amazing stuff that you can apply to today. Now, I don't know about you, but I do like different versions of the Bible. So when I read the Message, I smile because I don't actually enjoy the Message for the Psalms because I think it loses the song. I think it loses the stanza and the rhythm and the way that the Psalms were written in the first place. So I did look at it and it was just so away from the original. I just thought, no, I'll leave that for another day. But I have found something called the International Children's Bible. Didn't realize there was one. And I thought, this is interesting. Let me have a look. And it simplifies some of the words. So it says, Lord, listen to my words, understand what I'm thinking. So, and that's no different, is it, to how we view it? It makes things a little bit simpler and particular to children. So it says, when it's explaining about the enemy, it's saying, those people who make fun of me, God does not like. And that you hate, God hates all that do wrong. You destroy liars. God hates those who kill and trick others. He does. Can't get simple. And yet they're kept in. Their throats are like open graves. They use their tongues for telling lies. And that open grave is back, which is quite an old way of describing things. I love how this psalm finishes with the children's version. It says, "Let everybody who trusts you be happy. Let them sing glad songs forever. Protect those who love you. They are happy because of you. Lord, you bless those who do what is right. You protect them like a soldier's shield." So again, more information or more ways in language so that we can understand what this psalmist or David first meant when he wrote it and when he wrote it for flutes. Isn't it absolutely amazing? I know I'm going to go and buy a copy of the International Children's Version now, because I like the child in me, and if it means that the Bible makes more sense to me, then that is such a good thing. What version do you enjoy? Do you stick to just one? Do you look at a variety? How do you make sense of Psalm 5 today? Ladey Adey, let me know. Just drop me an email. Love to hear from you. Meanwhile, keep safe, and we will get through these times.